Chris Mckenna, one of the assistant coaches at Devonport Pathway Strikers, congratulations. Be fair to say a gritty 1-0 win?
Gritty's one way of putting it. There's a few other words that you could put to it, but we're obviously pleased to get the win. Not the way we wanted to go about it today. To be honest, it looked like there was a few boys didn't want to get hurt, didn't want to get injured. But I guess that's to be expected with what's coming ahead. But look, I thought King were good today. They put pressure on us. But we recognise that we need to be better than that. Most of the time this year we have been better than that, but today obviously pleased to get away with 3 points with a pretty unconvincing performance.
Do you think, I don't want to just throw cliches at you, but the champion teams often win ugly. It'd be fair to say that the Strikers have certainly won ugly today. I was trying to get rid of that adjective, but there have been other games this year where it'd be fair to say the performances haven't been that pretty, but they've got away with results. Do you think when you look back in the season you'll go, well, that's probably been part of why the Strikers are where they're at the moment?
Oh, I've got no doubt that's why we're where we are, because we've managed to grind out wins when we're not at our best. And I think if you look back at the previous versions of the Victory League, I think you find South Hobart found a way to win games, pinching a late goal and that sort of thing. And I think Olympia was probably the same last year. I guess if you can find a way to win when you're not playing well, it sets you up reasonably well for where we are at the moment.
Okay, so on to next weekend, and obviously there's something going on during the week as well, but we won't be talking about that at this point in time. But look, obviously really, really close now. Chris, how are the players responding to that? And I noticed Coach Saville after the game having a few words with the boys out on the ground. What was that about? Oh,
look, I think he was. I actually wasn't there, but I think he was just a bit disappointed with how we went about it. We lost our shape a lot today. A lot of guys just chasing the ball around and losing track of their player, which hasn't been a trait that we've had a lot this year, to be honest. And today it wasn't great. So that's as a result of us doing that. The Kingborough boys managed to get in some pretty dangerous areas, particularly late in the game, and that caused us a bit of concern. But I mean, as I said, we know we need to be better than that. Midweek this weekend, obviously next weekend against Northern Rangers.
Quick one, Nathan Grattan stretched it off early in the second half. Any prognosis there? Any
didn't look good early. Probably still doesn't look fantastic, but he's telling us he'll be right. But I've got strong doubts about that. But my fingers are crossed for him, because he's been tremendous for us this year, and a player like that deserves the opportunity to be a part of what we've got coming ahead. So obviously he'll be a part of it, irrespective of whether he's on the ground or not. But it'd be nice to see him run out there later on this week. So we'll just have to see how it comes up.
Chris, well done, and good luck for the game midweek, and all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Mark, first of all, great to see you back at Valley Road.
Yeah, thanks.
Weather always seems to turn it on for you when you get up here.
It's beautiful out there. Today was magnificent.
And your side today, look, much will be said about where the Strikers are at and that kind of stuff.
Like you like them in the
Devonportonian just cruises through the interview. Come through again, mate.
Yeah, say hello to the camera.
As I was saying, your side is be fair to say, a much improved side. What do you put that down to, Mark?
We've definitely enforced a philosophy there that accommodates the weight, the structure and the conditioning of the players. And I think that they're actually understanding what their job descriptions are. They're also understanding what their tasks are. And I think they're now starting to understand how to actually deliver them in a game environment.
And obviously that doesn't take 20 seconds, that takes a season, it takes...
It should take longer, yeah, it should take a good season. A good pre-season should set you up for a good understanding, but credit to the lads, the previous time I took over at the start of this year, for that 4-week period, I introduced that philosophy that I believed in, and they adapted themselves well to understanding that philosophy. And then obviously I had that 12-week stint when the previous coach was here, and I've just reattached myself to that, and they've taken it by both hands, and as you can see out there, their understanding has been able to prevent passing channels, get between lines in a BP fashion, and more importantly have that patient mentality to be able to not necessarily have to force balls to get it up to one end as quick as possible. So they're really starting to understand exactly what football's all about.
Must be really encouraging you buy-in from your players so quickly too.
Yeah. And also it's encouraging as well on my behalf because a couple of lads today were from my under-18 program, and it's very important down there with the philosophy of the club that, and that's the reason why I got employed to go down there, was to make sure the academy program brought some fruit. And today we saw 2 young lads from the under-18s playing football against the premiers of 2016, and we had young Goffo who's 18 as well. So it's encouraging for the club to know that these young lads are getting given a go, and they know exactly what it needs to be to beat the best, because your lads out there are no slouches. They're seasoned players. They understand what game plan needs to go in, and I suppose that's why they're in the FFA Cup and they're winning a premiership.
Looking at your side, Mark Grace, your keeper, went down. Looks to be a bit of a knock to the head. He okay?
Yeah, was it a head or was it a heart?
From where we were, we thought it was an elbow, a stray elbow around the head sort of area.
I never had my glasses on. I thought he just pulled a heartstring or something like that, and he was suffering a bit. But no, he seemed to be okay.
Sure, he'd be delighted to hear that interpretation or option, shall we say.
Yeah, no, we'll keep him happy on the way back down. We'll buy him another pie.
Well done today.
Lovely, thank you.
Commiserations not coming away with a victory, but a really, really brave and sturdy performance from you both.
And that's exactly what we looked at out there. We were quite confident we'd come away with something, and we thought that we had the opportunity for a penalty in the first half that might have squared off the point tally. That didn't eventuate, and it can go to or fro. But I think that the way they delivered themselves on the park was credible, and full credit to them. They've done well.
Better let you go, Mark. He's the guy you just vilified just walking through. So
I've just spotted him. I'm keeping my lips closed. Thank you. Beautiful.